Up, everybody? It's, it's Elder Derrick Strickland here. Hey, listen, I want to hop on really quick and please give me a pass on the haircut. I know I'm looking like a werewolf today, but give me a pass. I haven't had a chance to get around to it, but I'm gonna take care of it as soon as possible. But hey, this video, I just want to uh, walk with y'all and talk with y'all this morning. I mean, well, this afternoon rather. I'm so used to talking to y'all in the morning. This afternoon. For all the people out there that's been praying, leaving your 9 to 5, right? And say you prayed and you cried. You prayed and you cried. What's stopping you from going ahead and doing it? Like, what signs are you looking for to go ahead and trust God and actually leave that job? Is the job really holding you back? Is the job, you know, uh, suppressing your time, taking your time away? Because when you really think about it, 9 to 5 ain't really 9 to 5 because that's just the time you work. You got to get to your job unless you work from home. Um, a lot of people do work from home, but 9 to 5, it's really like what? Let's say you got to get up at 7, leave out the house at 8, and then you got to when you leave the job, you got probably maybe a half hour drive home, maybe an hour drive home. So a 9 to 5 really ain't a 9 to 5. But man, I want to hear from you all, like for real. Uh, for all of you all that want to leave your job, like you're sick and tired on your job, like the people on your job get on your next to the last nerve. I say next to the last nerve because if it's on your last nerve, then you most likely ain't gonna be here. But man, it's just so many people right now. I've been seeing videos about leaving your 9 to 5, and I said, well, let me talk to my people and see what they think. Like I I don't have a 9 to 5. I have a 7 to 7, which is even worse. So I work um, I work 12-hour days, and man, it get rough sometimes, especially when you know um, you have a heart for ministry like I do, and there's a lot of times when working a 7 to 7 can have you kind of tired and just what I'm saying, not enough time in the day to actually do some of the things that you want to do, especially living out here in on the well, I say the Midwest, but we actually Eastern Standard. But um, man, once sometimes it be dark when I go to work and dark when I get off work, which really don't leave an individual that works my type of shift any time to do anything. But have you been praying? Have you really been praying to leave your job? And if you was to leave your job, what would you do? What would you do if you left your job? Would you start a business? Would you spend more time with the family? Would you travel more? What would you do? Hey, Ren, God bless you. What would you do? A lot of times we think about leaving our job, and it's kind of one of these things like, man, if I can get retired right now, I'll be good. But then you have all of this space, all of this time of the day. What would you do with all of that extra time? Would you get sleep the day away? What would you do? Ren, what would you do? Would you sleep the day away? Would you start a new business? Would you start a new hobby? Would you travel? Like they like to say, if money wasn't an object to you, what would you do? Where would you travel? Where would you live? What type of hobbies um, would you take up if money wasn't a situation that was holding you back? Because really, that's all that's really holding a lot of us back is just not having the adequate funds. Truth be told, there's a lot of people that's just living paycheck to paycheck, and it's like, man, you can't even afford to uh, get sick. You can't afford to wake up and just have a really bad day and say I'm not going in because you miss one day on that paycheck. Man, it's knocking all your bills off track. That's why a lot of people is like, man, if I can get rid of this 9 to 5, if I can just get rid of it and do my own thing. Well, my question is, what is it that you want to do? What is it? What type of dreams that do you believe the Lord has put down on the inside of you, to actually carry out? Yeah, you would love to go around the world, preach Jesus. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Wouldn't that be a blessing that you didn't have to actually be tied down to a job? Man, it's like when Jesus dealt with Peter and he dealt with those men they were actually, some of them were actually on their job doing what it is that they do, and he called them and they immediately dropped their nets and followed Jesus. Man, imagine, if the Lord came, would you drop your nets and follow him? Or would you say, no, my job need me? My job need me, man. My job need me. I don't know what they're gonna do without me. Man, I think sometimes we are um, too loyal to our jobs. Hmm. Sometimes we are too loyal to our jobs. Um, imagine, you know, if money wasn't an object, right? Um, Imagine how much better our families would be, right? If at least one of the parents was at home. Nowadays, we living in a time where both parents need to be working. Both parents need to be creating income so that they can sustain the family. But what if I was to tell you that's something that God put in you? Yeah, you, that could sustain the family, and that you could actually monetize and actually, uh, take care of the family. Man, 9 to 5s, man. Now, this is no disrespect to anybody out there that love your job. Listen, there are some people that we don't want them to leave their job. Could you imagine if the garbage if the garbage person, the custodian said, you know what? Well, there are some custodians that don't want to be custodians, but just imagine if there were no custodians, man. It's like garbage piling up in the neighborhood. That ain't gonna be cool. So we thank God for people that have occupations like that, custodians, doctors, these people that are in these essential workers, right? Nurses and things of that nature, and psychiatrists and therapists and all of this stuff. We certainly thank God for them. But man, some of them want to leave their jobs too. Some of them want to leave their jobs too. Man, it just, I don't know if society is just set up where back in the day where it only took one job. Dad went out there and he took care of everything with one job. Man, right, right. So both parents are out of the home, and now uh, you got the TV raising our children, or we got Big Mama raising our children, and Big Mama then already did her job. She didn't did her job, and now she got to do your job too. Big Mama tired, man. Big Mama tired. Big Mama ain't got no time to be watching your kids. She already raised your mama. Now she gotta raise you, man. Big Mama been watching them kids. Anytime the children call their grandmother mama, right? Wait, you got two mamas? No, that's my Big Mama. That's my grandmama. Man, look. Um, but somehow, some way, the Lord provides and He always sustains us. And you know, yeah, man, the daycare situation, man, the daycare situation is crazy, man. You taking your child and you leaving it with a complete stranger. What? A complete stranger. Man, some of the things that go on in daycares, man, please. I don't know how people do it. And I'm pretty sure there are a lot of good daycares out there, right? And I pray to God that there are a lot of good daycares out there. I should say. But man, when my first daughter was born, my wife decided to stop working. right? She decided to start working, and my wife didn't go back to work until my oldest daughter was actually 5 years old. And then 2 years after my oldest daughter was born, my daughter came. So that started the cycle all over again. So we knew exactly, what we were getting into, and those were some rough years, you all. Those were some very rough years. Trying to carry the load myself. Um, you know, it was nothing but the grace of God that got us through it. Now, me and my wife both work, but now we headed into our 50s. And it's like, bruh, really? So I'm 50. And how much? What's the legal age for retirement? Anybody know the legal age for retirement in the United States? I'm 50, and I think it's like 72, something like that. They expect us to wait till we 72 years old to before we can retire with full benefits. 72. What? 72 to retire with full benefits. That's crazy. And the life expectancy of most men probably what? 78, 78, 80. That's crazy. So after you retire, they're only expecting to pay you out retirement benefits for about 12 years or something like that. And you didn't work, you didn't work over 30 years. So I mean, that math ain't mathing. That math ain't mathing. Man, the only thing I can say is, man, find something you love to do and monetize it. And you don't have to worry about waiting till you 72 to retire, right? This is what I do, right? I found me something that I love, which is my video right makers course program. I'm a YouTube SEO strategist, and I show businesses and ministries how to actually leverage the power of YouTube. So that's what I do, right? But just thinking about just the gifts and the talents that you all have in you, man, you can't tell me that there's not a business inside of you that you can actually, um, that you can actually take and make an income for your family. Yeah, Ren, I'm busy. I'm busy, sir. Um, in terms of working 7 to 7 on a bread and butter job that provides things like insurance and things of that nature, and then having my own business where I help my clients every week, and then running a ministry right here at Derrick Strickland Ministries YouTube channel. So, I'm up every morning anyhow in prayer. And after prayer, I go to work. I come home and, I try to help out the family the best I can. Say, Rand, I hurt my back and left knee. So I'm living off disability, but God always provides. Always provide. And even if you're living off disability, there's still something that you know how to do, brother. Right? There's some stories that you have right between your ears, right? That you can actually share with people that will uh, excite them and entertain them. Like I would imagine you probably got some funny stories from when you grew up, wherever you grew up at, right? Man, there's just so many things you can do, man. Man, whatever it is that you have that you're passionate about, man, you can take those passions and turn them into profits. I know it for myself, right? Um, I had a situation where I was doing some e-commerce where I was selling on Amazon, right? And it's just like a reseller. And I knew how to find products to resell that was selling fast and that was selling profitable, right? So it became a skill that I had. So with that skill, I went and I compiled a list of profitable, fast selling items to sell during the fourth quarter, right? This list was a very extensive list, and I can put it up and sell it for $100, right? And people that is in this situation, they would go and buy it. It's just something. It's like you go and you sell five of them in a day. 5 every day, that's $500 a day, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. D, turn your passion into profits, right? You see it all the time on TikTok. Man, take keys. There's some people doing some things on TikTok now that you all can do, right? You ever see the lady that's selling the it look like a mason jar, and it's got these little pieces of paper in there, and they color coded, and they have scriptures on the color coded. So pick the blue one. If you're having a blue day, you feeling a little depressed. Pick one of the ones that's blue, and it's gonna give you a scripture that's gonna uplift uplifting scripture on it. Well, all she did was she got a mason jar, a nice looking mason jar. She cut out like some really nice, good construction paper, of course, wrote the scripture. Yeah, the prayer jar. All it is a jar with some paper on the inside of it. Different color paper. How much the prayer jar cost? Is it $9? Is it 19.99? How much does it cost? Anybody can do that. Go get you some mason jars and put those down on the inside, and then go on Facebook and be like, "Hey guys, this is my prayer jar." Right? When I'm feeling some kind of way, if I'm feeling happy, I pick out the yellow one, and the yellow one tells me about being grateful. Right? If I'm feeling sad, I pick out a blue one. If I, all of these things are available to us. Right? There's no reason why we can't put some of these things into action, create some income for yourself, and start to build your way towards leaving your 9 to 5. Right? I know this isn't Money Mondays or my Faith in the Marketplace podcast at the time, but man, I'm just saying, right? There are things that we can do to actually create an income, and it doesn't take uh, a lot of know-how. In other words, right? A mason jar, paper, go online, talk about it, right? We share a lot of things on Facebook, right? We share a lot of things on Facebook, but when it comes down to sharing something that's going to actually make you some money, why are you not sharing it, right? Go to your PayPal, and if you're going to sell your prayer jars for, let's say, first of all, let's say a case of mason jars, or your mason jar costs you, say, $1, right? You went to the Dollar Tree and got it. Say it costs you $1, right? And the construction paper, let's just say it costs you a whole nother dollar, right? Uh, so that's $2 you got spent into making your prayer jar. And then you may want to put a little ribbon on it. Say the ribbon's gonna cost you about 50 cents when it's all said and done. And your time to write down the scriptures, or maybe you even printed the scriptures on some paper, and all you got to do is cut it, right? Put it in the jar. Go online and talk about it, right? Go online and talk about it. And then, so how you gonna collect the money? Go to PayPal, set up a payment button, right? The payment button is gonna actually collect that person's name, their email address, their postal address, the address to their home. It's gonna collect all of that information and the money. When you get a sale, it's gonna pop up in PayPal. Bling! Derrick Strickland just ordered a prayer jar. You go get your jar, right? You make me pay the shipping and handling. Make me pay the shipping and handling, right? That way you don't have to pay for it. So maybe the shipping and handling is an extra $5. So now the prayer jar is 9.99, because you always want to use the 99 or 97. Um, 97 is another good number to end off with. It's all basically $10, but all of that's part of psychology in terms of you know uh, us not necessarily thinking that it's $10. Oh man, it's only 9.97, right? All of that's part of psychology. So uh, out the door, I'm probably out of my pocket about $15, and you probably made about $6, right? After you figure in the cost of goods. Do you know how many of those jars these people are selling? They selling jars over and over again. Man, if you sell enough of those jars, you may need to get some help in fulfilling orders. Man, there are so many things you can do, right? So many things. How many of you all love to cook? How many of you all love to bake cakes? How many of you all love to grill out on the grill? Start posting pictures of what it is that you're doing, right? Start posting pictures and getting people to like it and share it. And then get to the point where you can say, hey guys, I'm going to teach you all how to make beef Wellington. I don't know why I thought about beef Wellington. I thought about the Cosby Show. I'm going to teach you all how to make beef Wellington, right? And then what you do is you hook up a Zoom, put your camera to the Zoom in your kitchen, and you teach a cooking class right there. And guess what? We're going to teach. No, no, no. Not only am I going to teach you to cook beef Wellington, I'm going to teach you how to cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? And a snack. I'm going to teach you how to cook. How many people out there that don't know how to cook and want to learn how to cook? But Derek, they can go watch a YouTube video. Yes, they could, right? But they can't answer YouTube video questions. That's going to get an immediate answer, can they? Right? That's why your Zoom class is going to be top notch, right? And you can charge $47 for that. You're going to cook that day anyhow, right? You can charge $47 for a Zoom class. Once again, go to PayPal, set up a payment link for $47 for your Zoom class. And instead of taking them to a thank you page, replace the URL for the thank you page with the Zoom link. So once they pay the $35, it's gonna redirect them to your Zoom. And and then that way you know everybody that's there paid $47. What would happen if 50 people showed up? What would happen? You don't know what'll happen until you try it. I don't know. You just don't know. Those of you all out there that are in the fitness, why you don't have your own fitness course? But Derek, I don't know. I gotta have a website. Man, listen. All you gotta do is uh, all you gotta do is start showing your exercises that you're doing. Get you a Facebook group. Get you a free. Start you a free Facebook group. Invite people inside of the Facebook group. We exercising together, right? We dieting together. We meal prepping together. Get them inside of the Facebook group, right? Inside of the Facebook group, people gonna start to know you, like you, and trust you. And you're gonna do the very basic things in there. Oh, God bless you, D. You're gonna do some of the very basic things in there, right? Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna offer a one-on-one classes. Now, how much is your one-on-one classes? Right? You make that up. So now you pull in. If people like to come places where there's stuff for free, right? So when they come there and they find the stuff for free in the one Facebook class, you're gonna actually have a pool of people there that's gonna want some more one-on-one time with you. So 9 times out of 10, the people that's gonna really fall in love with you, they gonna wish they like, man, if I just wish I can talk to so and so because there's some things I want to tell them. I don't want to share all my information with everybody else. I want them to know that I got this health condition, but I still want to learn how to do this. Blah blah blah. Listen, book a free session with me. No, no, not a free. I'm sorry. Book a session with me. So now, instead of it being free, the session is $99, right, for an hour session, and and say 15 minutes of that you're getting to know them and you're talking about the importance of safety and nutrition and things of that nature, and then 45 minutes you actually teaching them how to do the workout step by step. Now that you got this person that really wanted to have a one-on-one with you, and they having it for a whole hour, and now you, my friend, are now making $100 an hour, right? Once you start to build up that following, uh, uh, you got a whole pool of people, right? How many people? How many people would you have to see in a day, right? So you ever heard like the 4 hour work week? So maybe you only dealt with 4 people in a day, right? You start at say you started at 10 in the morning or even earlier. Some people like to work out early in the morning, right? And you done by one. You just made $400 or $500 by 1 o'clock, and you done for the day. You spending the rest of that time with your family. There's so many opportunities that you all have. This is the most amazing time to make money from your passion. This is the most amazing time to make money from the information you have. Oh, but Derrick, I'm up in age. I'm up in age. Don't nobody want to hear from me. YouTube is a young person's game. YouTube is a place where all of these little teeny boppers and whatnot are out here doing things. They don't want to hear from me. Listen, you talking to somebody that's great, yeah, all kind of great. Oh my goodness, man! Listen, you want to know why you are so important? Even your people that in your 50s and your 60s and your 70s, you know why you are so important? Because you have knowledge, right? Right? A lot of us are young and dumb and we making too many mistakes, right? You have knowledge. And when you have knowledge and you present the knowledge that you have just right, we listen because we're tired of bumping our heads. We tired of bumping our heads, right? If we had somebody that knew exactly what it is that I'm trying to do, man, I'm all ears. I'm all ears. Man, there's some things that some of you all that's been married 30 years, 40 years, man, something you all can tell somebody. Man, start off just giving free advice on marriage, right? You and your husband or you and your wife been together all these years. You know all of the ups and downs. You know everything ain't been nice. You know things are just not all peaches and king, as they say, right? I'm talking about that. Now you ain't got to claim to be a guru. You ain't got to claim to be none of that. And you know what? When you don't claim to be that, that's why people love you. They're like, man, so and so is just so down to earth, right? Start a free Facebook room. Here we go again with the free room. That's where you're going to gather all of your people, right? You've been giving them so much value all of this time. You're going to gather all of your people. So then, after you start to giving people good information, helping people marriages be better, then what's going to happen is you're going to put on a conference, right? A Zoom conference where you may go over the 5 love languages, right? That's I guess pour that because that's what I'm getting ready to do, right? 5 love languages, right? And you're gonna talk about words of affirmation, touch, uh, acts of service, quality time, and gifts. What is your love language? There's somebody right now. If you like me, when I learned about the 5 love languages, it changed my whole relationship. I was around here talking about, man, Tasha tripping, man. Man, I'm giving her everything. Man, I'm giving her everything. I'm telling her I love you every day. Man, she act like she don't even hear me. Man, I've been telling her I love you, and she's still around here talking about she ain't happy. Whoa, hold on. Is that her love language? If words of affirmation is not her love language, I can tell Tasha I love her till I'm blue in the face. She's still not gonna feel like she's loved. But when I found out that acts of service was her love language, I stopped telling her I love her, expecting her to act the way that I wanted her to act. Listen, words of affirmation, that's me, right? Right? Words of affirmation is me. Hers is acts of service. So what that means? So that means that on days that I'm off work, when Sister Tasha comes home, the kitchen's clean. Food is the smoke is smoking off of the food that I'm cooking and preparing for her. So when she comes home, she doesn't have to worry about cleaning up. She doesn't have to worry about cooking. All she needs to do is come home, take off her shoes, wash her hands, and sit down at the table. And I have a fresh meal for her, showing her that I love her. And then she melts in my arms, right? I was trying to love her in a way that I feel that I appreciate love. I was trying to love her in a way that makes me feel good. But if anybody knows anything about marriage, marriage is about being unselfish. It's not about way I to learn, right? That's for her to know that maybe acts of service don't do it for me, right? So don't don't uh don't do no acts of service like that for me. I can cook for my own self, right? Tell me, hey boy, I believe you're gonna do this thing, and you gonna you talk to me, talk to me, man. Listen, there it is, D. There it is. If we learn how to talk to one another, we can get anything we want. But the enemy would desire that you do the exact opposite. Why? Because marriage is ordained of God, right? Marriage is ordained by God. You know the enemy don't want you to do that. Do you know how many people that are getting divorced right now because they said she don't love me? And she's saying, "What do you mean I don't love you? We've been connecting. You know what I mean when I say connecting? We've been connecting every night. What you talking about?" Well, that ain't it. That ain't it. That might not be it for him connecting every night. Maybe his things is gifts, right? Maybe when he grew up, his parents used to give him gifts all while he was younger. And now that he's older and out on his own, and his parents are gone on to be with the Lord, you know, that ain't what he do. He don't get that anymore, and it's what he need. So there are a lot of different things, you all, that we can talk about, things that we have information about, and things that you can. Man, listen, D, come on now. You ready? All right. So I got to get out of here. My daughter's ready for me to take her to a volleyball game. Y'all say a word of prayer for her to it be a successful game and without any injuries. All right. So I just want to holler with y'all to let you all know that the thing that you've been praying for is already within you. When Moses got down to the Red Sea and the Pharaoh's army was behind him, and he was wondering how he's going to get it past, what is that you got in your hand? You already had what you need to get over in your hands. And I want to tell you all, you already have what you need to get past financial challenges already in your hand or already within you. So think about what it is that you're passionate about, and you can make profits from your passion. You can make income from your information. All right. Let me know if y'all like these talks like this. Like I'm very passionate about Christian entrepreneurship, as you all can see that. I'm passionate about the Lord, and I just want to help people. All right. And I think I'm gonna go get a. I'm gonna try to get this taken care of so y'all can receive this message better. But you all be blessed. Let me know. Hey D, thank you for that. Thank you for that super thanks. Man, that was awesome. God bless you. Once again, do you all see what just happened? I gave some value, and D gave her respect and her thanks for the value. You all can do that. All right. This didn't have nothing to do with a prayer service like we normally do. This didn't have anything to do with that. This is just me sharing with you all some valuable information. Is my keys in there, Daily? I was looking for my keys. Just sharing with y'all valuable information, right? So listen, you all be blessed, and I'll probably come back on a little bit later. All right, I gotta go take my daughter to this volleyball game. I'll talk to you guys later. Love you all. Once again, this is Elder Derrick Strickland, and as always, it's my wish for you all that you all be blessed and go out there and be a blessing. Peace.